Hey, so today I'm going to be showing y'all how I get this look and how I halfway know how to put on fake eyelashes. So if you want to see that, then keep on watching. Oh, I'm definitely going to probably wing this look today because I definitely want to do a yellow eye look, but I'm not exactly sure what type, if that makes sense. So here goes nothing. Also, ain't my nails just so beautiful? Yes, so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a yellow eye look today. Why I'm wearing yellow. So I'm going to go in first with this yellow. And I'm trying to get it above the crease. I'm not trying to go down onto my actual eye, if that makes sense. Oh, my crop top is coming up. So, let me make sure. I'm just going to start there, and I'm just kind of going to pat it on at first. And I will be using a couple different palettes because I'm doing something very different than I usually do. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just kind of you just want to pat it on because yellow is never really all that pigmented. So the patting motion kind of helps it, and then you kind of want to wing. Well, that's not really working. Let's just act like I winged that. Okay. I do have my trusty old sponges over here so that when I mess up, I can just erase it. This will probably take a little bit because you have to build up the yellow. I have tons of different palettes with yellow eyeshadow, and usually you have to build them all up. Okay, I have something in my eye. You kind of have to build them all up just because yellow is a light shade, which obviously it won't show up as much as a darker shade would show up. So you just kind of have to roll with it and hope for the best. And then I don't really like how far up it is, so what you do is you just kind of go over it. This is my foundation brush. Sponge. Don't mind me, I can't speak. So I just took a little bit of it off just because I didn't really like how it looked. And then I'm just gonna go over it again. But a very important thing when you are doing a yellow eye look is to make sure that, it looks good, because you don't want to be out here looking like a crazy person. Well, that's really with any look. But yellow is a very kind of sensitive color and can be a little hard to work with just because it doesn't show up right away. But I'm going in with the Life's a Drag one, the Campy, because I really like this shade of yellow. It's not really all that different than the one in the James Charles palette, but, He had that scandal. Can we talk about the scandal? It's all past now. I can't believe people were out here burning and ruining their James Charles palettes. I was like, sorry to inform you, but I'm never doing that. I don't care. I spent $40. No thank you, ma'am. That's a pass. No. No. Okay, so now that I look like a whole crazy person, I'm going to take just a little bit of my foundation that I use. It's just a Shape Tape foundation. Bomb, if you ask me. I'm just saying. And I'm just going to go, okay, making really weird facial expressions already. That's nice. You just want to cut out your eyelid. And I really am not the greatest at this. But the whole point is you want your eyelid to be lighter so that it's easier to go over it. I don't know, I just do it, okay? And you don't have to use a brush like this. I was just doing it because it's like smaller, so it's kind of easier to work with than like if you took a big one and you just kind of threw it on there, like that's not gonna work as well type of thing. If that makes sense to you. If not, then that's fine, you do you. But the whole point is you just want to make sure that your eyelid doesn't have any of that yellow. I do yellow eye looks a lot, but I just kind of have been getting inspiration to like spice up my life and do it a little different. So here goes nothing, honey. If y'all haven't figured out yet, I am a little extra, just a little bit. Not like super extra or anything. Not tries out looks that I've never tried before. Just for the heck of it. Just kidding, I'm super extra. Super, super, like, ugh, what? Okay. So please ignore how there's that weird line, because once I, you know, get foundation and all that, it won't be all that weird, but at the moment it's a little weird. I was just kind of trying to sharpen this up to be more like a wing than like just a random line, if that makes sense. Which it's still not all that great. Really, like I've said a million times, makeup is just a lot of practice. Don't pull on your face like this. Not recommended, honey. Don't do it. Don't be out here pulling on your face. There we go. Y'all can't tell, but don't worry. It's gonna look great. And then if you want, you can just kind of lightly go over it to just kind of make it pop, you know? And now what I'm gonna do is take this, is it yellow? This like sunshine is what it's called right here. And then there, depending on how it looks, I might do another color. I'll let you know in a second. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm just taking it on the same brush that I kind of used to make my yellow pop, and I'm just putting it on my lid. The reason why I'm doing this is just, why not? I wanted a kind of yellow shade, but I didn't want it super yellow to the point where like you can't see the, you know, separation type of thing. And now I'm just going over to make that line a little bit better. I've learned that I don't explain stuff very well from doing YouTube. Yeah, I suck at explaining. Don't know anything I'm doing. I just do it. Well, okay, correction. I know what the heck I'm doing. I just don't know how to explain what the heck I'm doing. That's what I meant. Just to clarify. And I'm going in with the Naked Cosmetics. It's a highlighting palette. And this is like, you can't really tell, but that's a yellowy shade. So I'm just going to go over just to kind of give it a little bit more of a yellow pop. But don't think this eye look is done, because it's definitely not done. Don't click off. Even though I still look a little crazy, it's all good. I promise. It gets better or worse. Don't know how you want to look at it, but something happens, okay? That's why y'all have to take out of this. So now I'm gonna go in with, I don't know if y'all can really tell, but this like lighter yellow, I don't know if I'm gonna use it or not. It just kind of depends on if it's payoff, because BH Cosmetics ain't a lot of payoff that often. And I'm just gonna start, which I wouldn't recommend always doing this, but if you start on like the inner corner of your eye, and then you just work outwards, but there's like no color, so we're going to mix this one and this one together to see if there's color. Oh, really? Oh, so you're not showing up today. That's cute. Oh, I got color. I promise. I'm mostly going to make a wing with yellow eyeshadow. I wish I had like a liquid, but I really don't because all my like liquids are obviously black, and I don't really, not that it wouldn't go with my shirt, but I just kind of wanted to do a all yellow look. And this doesn't, if you're gonna do the wing like me, you don't have to do a perfect wing. It just kind of, you know, it just has to show up. So since like I do have this kind of big old wing going on, I'm not gonna do a super dramatic wing for the bottom. I am just gonna take a little bit of the darker yellow with that one. I completely gave up on the lighter one because she wasn't gonna work. And I'm just using an angled brush, the same one I used to cut my crease, because it does make it a little easier if you're trying to use eyeshadow as, you know, a eyeliner or whatever, because it's angled, so you can kind of just like stamp it on. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it is right there. And I'll have to go with, you know, some concealer to make a clear line in between the two. But the reason why I didn't go back in with the same palette is because I didn't want the same shades of yellow on my eye twice. I kind of wanted to spice it up and have more than one to just make it more fun, more noticeable, different, you know. And then just to kind of be funny, I guess, I'm going to take the white in the bottom and just kind of, you know, pat it right there. Oh, kind of did show up. Okay, so this brush, clean-ish. So I put on some white, and I'm just going to take it below this color very lightly and then up to just break it up. It does kind of have a little bit of a shimmer to it, so if you have the BH Cosmetics palette and you're not wanting a shimmer in between the two mattes, then don't use that white. You could, you know, use the white that's in the Life's a Drag or in the James Charles one, but I just wanted to use it because that's what was open, and I'm lazy. That's really all it is. So I'm just kind of going over the wing, the bottom wing, to just kind of, you know, make it show up more. Now I probably will have to go back over this since I will be, you know, putting on foundation and stuff. So it will kind of disappear a little probably because, you know, I just keep saying, you know. Girl, I hope you know, or else this video makes no sense. Or, you know, boy, if you're watching this, gotta love everyone. And you don't really have to go over it so much, but since it's a lighter color, it is a little bit harder to see, and because it's just a BH Cosmetics palette and they aren't that great. I really come for them in like all my videos. Oops. It's not like I mean to. It just happens. Okay, so I'm happy with this eye look. What I'm going to do is put on some foundation, do the other eye, and I will be, you know, doing my eyebrows even though they're kind of already done. And I'll show y'all how I put on fake lashes for the first time. So what I like to do before I put my eyelashes on is I like to just put on mascara. It doesn't really matter what kind, just so that your eyelashes can kind of bind to the fake ones a little better. And I did actually end up going over the like whitish area with an actual white. I used the Cake Face from Life's a Drag palette just to kind of make it stand out a little more. So yeah, just run this over your lashes before you put on your eyelashes, and then after I'm done with this, I'll be back. Also, always make sure you trim your lashes so that they fit your eye. I've already worn these before, so I know, but I kind of like to bend it so it'll be the right shape. And then just get any eyelash glue, it doesn't really matter. I just like using black eyelash glue. So you just run it over like the line, the lash line or whatever. Make sure you put a little bit extra on the outsides because those are the parts that pop off the most. And then you want to let it sit for a little bit. You want your eyelash glue to kind of be tacky. You don't want it to be super wet or else it's kind of hard to work with. And then what I like to do is take tweezers and I'll just grab it kind of in the middle. And then I like to look up and just set it on. There's that side. And then you want to kind of okay, so that doesn't look perfect. I'll have to fix it a little bit, but the whole point is you want to get it as close to your lash as possible, and you just want it to kind of look realistic and not like this because I messed it up. So after you get your eyelash to cooperate, which mine still really isn't, but it's whatever. It's way easier if you look in a mirror that's like close to your face, and then I just kind of like to run mascara through it to again kind of bind them all together. But I kind of try and put my lashes on with like angled upwards because your lashes naturally go upwards, so if you put it on straight it'll look a little weird, but if you angle your hand up then it'll look a little better. And so the reason why it kind of looks weird, well, not kind of, does look weird, is because if you can see some lash glue. So that's the one downside of it if you get black and then you don't do a black eye look. So the easiest way to do it is to just take a brush and grab the color that was there and you just put it over it and it looks a little better. You can kind of still see it, but it's all good. So I was talking about like going like this when you're putting them on, in case you didn't understand what that meant. And then you just want to kind of try and sit it right on top of your lash. So let's say your eyelash ever pops off. If you have this glue, just always carry the glue with you. Or like if the front is, you can always just put it straight on your eye if it's like the brush one that you have. But yeah, they're not perfect because I'm still kind of trying to get the hang of it. But they used to be a lot worse, so that's what's important. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, like and subscribe. You can comment down below. You should really comment down below because I say it all the time and like no one ever does it. Comment down below. Okay, but anyways, like always, I'll be posting videos on Fridays, and if I decide to change it with, you know, me going to school or whatever in a couple months, I'll let y'all know. But as of now, it'll still be up on Fridays, and I hope y'all liked today's video.